So say can you pop, drop, stroll, go, 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 go. Oh Canada, boom, follow through. Stars shining bright, leaves ignite the night. Ice hockey classic taking flight, 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 flight. Hits like an earthquake make the arena shake.
Welcome Australians, Canadians, Americans, hockey fans from all over the world to tonight's special presentation, the Ice Hockey Classic between USA and Canada here at Honorary Skating Stadium on the beautiful shores of Lake Macquarie in the greater Newcastle area. I am Peter Lau and I am joined tonight by Eric Brook. Welcome, Eric.
G'day Pete, g'day everyone. Pleasure to be here, honoured to be alongside you and honoured to be able to call this game. It's really special.
It's a special presentation indeed because we have a rink full of pro players, a couple of the locals mixed in, and it's going to be a great exhibition of the sport we love here tonight at a very high level, high pace. And it's going to be a very enjoyable bit of hockey in front of us tonight.
Absolutely, Pete. So let's have a look at some of the players. A lot of the players are unfamiliar to us. So let's have a look. Let's go to Team USA and have a look at their goalie. Love the old style pads there, Pete.
Yeah, I love the Mel Brown old school ones. Cody Kopinski, he's seen plenty of action in the FPHL and the SPHL, a league where we actually get a lot of players into the AHL from. A lot of our imports are sourced from those leagues, and he should put on a great show and keep those bucks out for Team USA tonight.
So really interested to see how he goes. Probably a standard of goaltending we necessarily haven't seen in the AI. I can't wait.
Yeah, we should see. We've also mentioned a couple of our local guys or our backups as well, so who knows, they might get it right. But mostly it's about the visitors tonight to see all these new players. It looks like we've got the skipper there. No, that's Matt Clark.
That's Matt Clark, one of our locals.
Yeah, so he's one of our imports and playing for Canberra Brave for a few years. And here's David Booth, we know pretty well as well.
He's come across to the Australian Ice Hockey League this season, but he's had a stellar career in the NHL League.
Yeah, I mean, huge. I used to watch him when he was part of the Vancouver Canucks, and now I'm watching him destroy teams around the AHL. The man has an insane warm-up. He was warming up right near where we were sitting before the game, and I would have been done by the time I did a quarter of the calisthenics he did prior to the game. The man is a machine. He's exciting to watch, and he blows apart teams. It's going to be great to see.
So he's played. So let's have a look at the other end of the ice, Pete.
Yeah, over to the Canadian side. We're in white tonight. And Rahul Sharma, I said hi to Rahul before he got onto the ice. And he's going to be Team Canada's puck stopper tonight. Plenty of experience with the FPHL, that one of those feeder leagues that we often see players come from over to Australia. And he'll put on a great show here tonight for Team Canada.
And let's have a look at the forward line for Canada.
Yeah, so Noah Phillip is from, of course, one of the Canadians. He played NHL for the Oilers, one of the elite teams, and plenty of experience. 130 games in the AHL, a league where guys like Nathan Walker and so a lot of these other players have played before as well. But yeah, you can't miss that stint for the Oilers.
So he's only just really starting his career in the NHL. So he's one to watch to say, hey, we saw this guy in Newcastle and we have some NHL merchandise, well not merchandise, some equipment in the house.
Yeah, he's actually wearing his Oilers pants right now, his hockey pants. If you notice the
and the gloves
stripe
too.
And the gloves, yeah, matching gloves. So that's from his Oilers team. So if you're watching the Oilers this year, you might be seeing Phillips wearing the C for Team Canada.
So here we are, just on a minute to end warm up. It's going to be a great game. Hockey's the winner tonight, Pete.
Yeah, unless Garry can get a couple of those players signed on for next year, then maybe the North Stars will be the winner. But I'm sure every team around the AHLs are going to be scoping these guys out. And it's happened before. Yeah, David Booth and some of these other players have played in these games before and ended up playing the AHL. We were chatting to Austin Long before the game.
We were.
He was really excited to play. I see him skating around for Team USA in 12. And yeah, I mean, he was genuinely excited about the game tonight. He enjoyed the small community rink. He was thinking, hey, when we fill this place, it's going to be great. And yeah, we've got lots of players look forward to seeing tonight. I'm actually looking forward to see Kevin Noble play. He was originally going to Australia to be an import for the North Stars. Then COVID happened and injuries and that, and of course we know him now as North Stars coach. But he's actually a really good player as well.
And so I was interested because I had a lot of look at a lot of the statistics that were available, and he last played in Dubai.
Yes.
Going to play here for the North Stars, and he's had a really successful time coaching here, and his coaching career is certainly not over.
No, it's not. He's going really well. I've been really impressed in how the Newcastle team's been playing in the league this year, how organised, and they're warming up to it too. But for tonight, for me, it's going to be really exciting to see him actually play hockey instead of calling the shots from the bench. Tonight he gets to relax, I guess, and just enjoy himself on the ice.
So we do have a sprinkling of AIHL players that are playing in the Australian League right now. Our season is going underway, and we're in the last few weeks before finals in Melbourne at the end of August.
Yes, we're getting to that the peak of the season right now. So we mentioned David Booth already playing in. We've got a couple of guys that are imports. Schindel from Melbourne also, Matt Clark from Canberra, Francis Doré from Newcastle, plus some of the locals, Ethan Hawes and Charlie Smart I mentioned, and Horace Chung from Hong Kong.
So we should mention the backup goalies there, Pete.
Yeah, that's the two I just covered. So the local two goalies, I assume we'll do the same when they're in Canberra on the weekend, filling in as backup goalies. They'll be just loving being in the change room with the guys, having a chat, and probably having a beer after the game with them as well.
So both teams have left the ice, and this is a thing that we've really been doing here at the North Stars, getting the players onto the ice for warm-up, back into the dressing room, doing the introduction, and then having the players reintroduced, and that's what will be happening now.
Yeah, also I believe we've got Kerry talking right now. Kerry's the organiser of this exhibition hockey series, and we're going to have Luke Doré dropping the puck tonight, I believe. So Luke is Garry Doré, the GM for the North Stars. That's his son. Luke's currently battling MND, Motor Neurone Disease, and he's been nominated honorary head coach for Team Canada today. Of course, Luke is half Canadian, so that makes sense. He has travelled around Canada as well. And Kerry and his organisation, his Ice Hockey Classic, they've been really helpful.
So now we'll cross to Garry Doré at ice level.
On top of that, every chance we get, we want to bring the event here to Newcastle. This one is obviously very, very special. We know that Luke Doré has been afflicted with a disease called MND, Motor Neurone Disease, and we are here as a hockey community, as a hockey family, to help not only support him, but his beautiful family, and of course his mother and father, Gary and Leanne.
Hello everyone, so happy to be here. I was able to come to Newcastle last year for a couple games and watch you guys win. Your coach, I coached him in the Ice Hockey Classic a while ago, Kevin Noble. He's a better coach than he is a player. I didn't say that out loud, I hope he didn't hear that. Anyways, I lost my leg 26 years ago. I played goal for the Canadian sled hockey team for 10 years in 3 Paralympic Games, and ice hockey. There you go. Battery died, but we can switch things out. I got a battery in my artificial leg, so anything is possible.
All right, we are ready to present the 2005 Ice Hockey Classic. We want to obviously thank the sponsors that have made this possible. Inside Sides, Rodney James did an incredible job, not only in the rink, but outside as we drove in. Thank you so much, that was amazing. United Safety, Christian and his crew, thank you for being here. Game Day Apparel, where you can go and get some of the merchandise. This is a very special jersey that I'm wearing, and you'll see this jersey will be presented to a very special person tonight. Super curious. Caribou Leroy from Caribou back in Canberra. He's got this game live, and they'll be watching from Canberra. Eve's Events Services, Ace Sports Clinic, Zante Footsteps, who have donated the wine for the MVPs tonight, and of course Crown Plaza back in Canberra. Hey, there's a jersey off your back. Every player's jersey is available for you to take home. Do not forget, the money that are raised here tonight are going to support MND and Stop Concussions, thanks to the great work from Leanne and of course Garry Doré for making this all possible. If you received one of these programs, take a peek. If you don't have one, steal it from your neighbor, because it's very important. On the back, there's a little QR code. That QR code allows you to donate back to the causes. You could give $2, $5, $10, $1,000. Give us your house, we'll take it, and we'll make sure it goes to very good use. Thank you. All right, I know that's enough rambling. We're going to be back during the intermission. Paul and I will be coming through the crowd. We'll be grabbing some of the fans, asking them some trivia questions, and we will be giving you extra special merchandise. Ladies and gentlemen, the most important people on the ice tonight are the referees. Let's welcome, welcome them. If you don't already know, I'm the head coach of the Melbourne Ice, and I've yelled and screamed at these guys many times. Paul, are you ready? We are ready to announce this year's 2025 Team USA.
On defense, wearing number 4, Neil Presterius. On defense, wearing number 6, Gerard Keane. On defense, wearing number 9, Jamie Millam. On forward, wearing number 11, Austin Olbrach. On forward, wearing number 12, Austin Long. On forward, wearing number 14, Elijah Wilson. On forward, wearing number 17, Tristan Wells. On forward, wearing number 20, Alec Butcher. And on forward, wearing number 21, Nico Hemming. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for Team USA. On left wing, wearing number 18, Roman Kramer. At center, wearing number 24, John Butita. On defense, wearing number 27, Jeffrey Baum. On defense, wearing number 28, Ethan Hawks. In goal, wearing number 1, Cody Kaparski. And your team captain, at left wing, wearing number 10, he played over 500 games in the National Hockey League, David Booth.
And now, your Team Canada representatives. Number 9, Francois Droulet. Number 10, Caleb Gus Ford. Number 11, Riley Klugerman. Number 12, Ethan Dolman. Number 16, Assistant Captain Trevor Lord. Number 17, Mackenzie Dwyer. Number 24, Dom Della Civita. Number 25, Kiki Herring. Number 27, Cameron Marks. Number 55, Trevor Grasby. Number 92, Tate Leeson. Your starting lineup for Team Canada. Number 18, Colton Schindel. Number 20, Martin St. Pierre. Number 26, on defense, your head coach, Kevin Noble. Starting in goal, number 30, Rahul Sharma. We have 2 team captains for Canada. The first, number 4, Taylor Doherty. Also team captain representing the Edmonton Oilers, number 19, Noah Philp. Now I'd like to ask for our honorary coach, Luke Doré, to join us, along with Garry Doré. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know why we're here tonight, not only to support ice hockey around the world, but also to support our family member, Luke Doré, and his beautiful daughters and wife, of course, and Gary and Leon. So we'd like to ask both Noah, Taylor, come and join us, please, and of course, David Booth for the opening face-off. Who won? Stand up. Gary, Paul, get in. Get in the middle. Okay, stand here. Take a picture. I'll stand up. This is first of many jerseys that you'll receive this evening. We wanted to make sure that you were part of our family, the ice hockey, in our camo uniform. This is from Noah Philip. You'll be receiving a couple of other ones, but this one we want to make sure that you wear and be a part of our great organization. Thank you.
Just like to thank everybody again for showing up tonight for this fantastic classic of ice hockey. It's going to be an awesome game, and we're all here to support you, all you players tonight. Let's give it your best tonight and make these fans go home and want a lot more. Well done.
All right, let's get started.
Welcome back, everyone. Just had our ceremonial puck drop. Luke Doré dropping the puck for the 2 team captains, well, 3 in this case. So we'll find out a bit more about that special puck drop with 3 captains. And we did briefly have a look at our officials for tonight. You can see Joey Terrio and Gavin Thurston over there with Fraser Dodd and Sean.
Can we ask everyone that's able
as well?
to
So
stand,
we'll be underway
hats.
pretty soon. Looking forward to an awesome game tonight.
So we'll be pausing now for the anthems.
Welcome back, everyone, to the stirring national anthems of our guest countries, the United States of America and Canada. Canada and the Star Spangled Banner bring us in.
That's a bit strange for us, Pete.
It is something new. No Advanced Australia Fair tonight, because it's not about us tonight. It's about these guys on the ice. USA and Canada, a very old rivalry between two great teams.
Quick story about how the first time I saw hockey in general.
Yes.
Portland, Oregon.
Yes, the Winterhawks.
The Portland Winterhawks.
Yep.
They played routinely both anthems. I came across the start of the 2014 Australian Ice Hockey League,
yes,
expecting the same thing, even though I'm in Australia. Australian anthem, no Canadian, no American, just the Australian one, which is still great, but it's great to hear both of them in the arena. It's great, and I hope that everybody just enjoys the game tonight.
Yeah, that's what it's about. This is about loving hockey, enjoying hockey, and seeing it played at a high level. Excellent players, the sort of guys you might see out here for when they come out with the NHL, what they call the exhibition series they bring out before the season. Hopefully next year will come out again. We're looking forward to it. But for now, it's about these two teams on the ice. Garry Doré got the puck. He's about to drop the puck on this game. 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go.
Let's go. US, Canada. Booth and Phillip at the face-off circle, and we're underway. USA first with the puck. It's back now for Ethan Hawes. Cross-ice pass. He finds Tristan Wells. Straight up the right-hand side. Here's Hawes again. Entering the zone on the left-hand side. Heads it off to Buatea. Behind the net. Just settling play down in Zamboni corner. That will come out now for Canada. Phillip, cross-ice pass. Bit too strong. Schindel, who has played in this arena before, plays for the Melbourne Ice in this league. Oh, opportunity in front. Didn't quite connect there, Butcher. That was St. Pierre, rather. And that will come across. Canada entering the zone for the second time. Looking to clear it into neutral ice is Booth. Cross-ice. They're looking for another opportunity. Coming back now with the puck is Doherty. Canada just working out the right-hand side. In a centre ice, blocked by Lloyd, played possibly with a high stick.
Awesome long there with a quick kick, and break out that play. Let's have a look at that near goal. Martin St. Pierre right in there, watching streak across the goal line, and a good save there from Rahul Sharma for US.
So now coming back for Nico Hemming for the US, attacking zone face-off for the US to the right-hand side of Sharma. Long behind the net, battling against Dwyer. That will come back. Cross-ice pass for Canada. Here's Leeson now. Leeson all alone. Well saved there by Krabrinsky. Dolimont sprays it wide. It's left for Lloyd in Zamboni corner. Right near the US bench. Grasby now in some traffic. Finds Lord on the left-hand side. One of the alternate captains for Team Canada. In some traffic now, up against the boards. That's Grasby. Battling. It's probably going to be my favourite US player because we spoke to him pre-game. Mr. Long. And that will come back now. Dumped into the zone by Wilson for Team USA. Clark tapping it on. New line coming on for the US, including Albrecht and Wells, amongst others. Zamboni corner, cross ice pass. Wells shoots, fires. Saved there by Sharma. Back now for Leeson, who was dangerous a couple of moments ago for Team Canada. Left-hand side. That will come all the way across. Canada still on the attack. Cafe corner now. And that'll come back for Baum, one of the alternate captains for Canada. Blue line. Milan was in some traffic. All the way back down. Francis Drolet up against the boards. Canada have spent a bit of time down here, Pete.
Yeah, they've got control of hitting the USA in their own end for the moment.
So coming out of the zone, or trying to get out of the zone for the US, is Clark. Partial line change for Canada, and that will come all the way back down. Canada now, missed opportunity. That'll come back now for Butcher. Butcher now entering the zone. Right-hand side, centering pass. Couldn't connect with anybody in red, white and blue. And it'll come back now for Phillip in corporate corner. Canada now working it out. They'll go to the right-hand side, straight up the middle. Phillip couldn't quite connect with the pass. US on the attack now. Here's Booth. The puck's still free. Zamboni corner now. Booth now walking the line, dropping it off for Pretorius. Plays for the Brisbane Lightning in the Australian Ice Hockey League. Originally born in Johannesburg. Has US citizenship. Schindel now. Schindel backhanded shovel. And a save there by Kapinski.
Yeah, it is Kapinski. That's my fault, getting the ends wrong. So Cody Kapinski, and just a moment ago we saw Rahul Sharma with a good save. But that shift there was a couple of shifts within that, but it was mostly about Canada. They had more possession and attacking zone time.
Attacking zone face-off now coming up for Canada. It will come back for Pretorius, trying to clear the zone for Team USA. Kapinski was watchful. Walking the line, Doherty. Back now for Noble. Here's Ford now. Forward fires. Lots of traffic from both teams in front of the US goaltender. And it will come all the way back down. And that, Pete Lambert, will come back for icing.
Back to icing we go. We did see out there for that. We saw Noel Philp out there. I think it's pretty important to recognise this is a current NHL player. This is a guy that's currently playing NHL. That's pretty crazy. The guy is under all these contracts and playing for one of the top teams in the NHL to get it now to us here in Australia. Yeah, I wonder if we can sign him up.
Rasby now. US working it out of their own defensive end via Bomb. Just surveying his option, the alternate captain for the US. He goes up the right-hand side. Good pressure there by Grasby. Here's an opportunity for Lord now. Lord in some traffic. Nice save there by America. Coming out of the zone again. Right-hand side. Here's Kramer now. Kramer loses possession for Leeson. And Leeson entering the zone for Canada. Has a big wall of red, white and blue in front of him though. Dwyer for Canada. Cross-ice pass. Nice tape-to-tape pass. Now for Dwyer trying to enter the zone. Lord had to watch the own zone. And the puck balloons into the air. It's down for Dwyer for Canada. They just need to try and get it out, USA. And he was certainly trying to do that, Ethan Hawes. No stranger, of course, to the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. Here's an opportunity now for Wilson. He's all alone now. He's got some support. Zamboni corner. Document for Canada doing a good job holding him up. It will come back now for Hemming. Cross-ice pass, but Donati finds Grasby for Canada. Tries to clear it out. Long there providing the forechecking, back-checking, pay-checking. And that will come and miss everybody and everything and come back for icing.
You bring out my Pyatt quote, my Jesse Pyatt quote.
There we go. Well, we had to do it tonight, Pete.
Yeah, that was a family of NHL players. So Jesse Pyatt's dad and these two brothers all played NHL, and their family quote was forecheck, back-check, pay-check. So, yeah, good on you bringing that one out. I like it.
Hemming now attacking his own face-off for the USA to the right-hand side of Sharma. I'll tell you what, Pete, you can spend days working on this team list, but there's nothing like seeing them actually in front of your own eyes and going with who's who.
Yeah.
Here's Long again. just kept into the zone by Milan, player coach for Team USA. It'll come back now for Long. Ethan Hawes patrolling the blue line like a security guard. Saved there by Sharma. Canada trying to clear it out via Grasby, who's been busy early. Canada now working out of the zone. Here's an opportunity. And it will come back now for Lord. Lord just dropping it off for Dwyer. Dwyer was a bit delayed, but he got there in the end briefly. Back now for Hemming for the US. And he'll look to clear it out. Dropping it off now. And they work it out of their own zone. The US on the left-hand side. There's Wells. Wells entering the zone on the left-hand side. Looking for Butcher. He's from Alaska. Interesting to see. Keane. Cross-ice pass. That'll come back now for Clark. Clark working in corporate corner again. I forgot to warn the players about the door of doom.
Yes.
And that'll come back for Albrecht.
We should have mentioned about some of the local stuff, eh?
Some of the players will be able to fill them in.
Yep.
It'll come back now in front, trying to take the eyes away from Sharma. And we'll come back now for Canada, clearing it out into centre ice. Keane for the US, just upping it on Wells. Entering the zone now is Albrecht. Played a couple of seasons in the AIHL for Canberra and also for the Melbourne Ice. Shot goes wide from Keane. Albrecht battling up against the boards. Kept in the zone by Butcher. Butcher, here's an opportunity for Keane. And a nice pass and a nice goal. Jared Keane there.
And we get a handshake past the opposition bench. And I guess it shows it really isn't friendly. It didn't start a fight. Yeah, a beautiful setup. Keane left there in the open. Here's that pass right on the stick and flicks it high. Sharma down a little early, and it's a water bottle rocket.
Absolutely, Pete. Absolutely. 1-0. Boom. USA. First goal of the game. 1-0 US. And that will come back now for Kevin Noble. So strange not seeing him on a bench and not wearing a suit. Noble. Back now for Schindel.
I like it.
Here's Phillip now. Phillip, training will be interesting tomorrow night. Phillip.
Kevin will have some sore thighs.
Back now in some traffic is Ford. Clearing it into skate higher corner. Up against the boards. Phillip up against Keane. Canada against US in the far corner there. Ford in some traffic. Firing was Schindel. And that will come back for USA on. It was intercepted there by Ford. Hasn't Ford been busy?
He's everywhere.
Dropped off Kramer. And here's Noble. Sharma comes down, does a 360, gets back up. Here's trouble. US driving the zone. Back now for Pretorius. Thinks about firing. Zamboni corner. Up against the boards, Kramer. Cross-ice pass was too hot for Brom. Corporate corner again. Good work there by Taylor Doherty, one of two captains for Canada tonight. Big stretch pass using the board. Some soccer skills there from Pretorius. Here's Schindel now. Here's danger. Schindel, but a nice save by Kavrinsky. Canada now looking to get the goal back. Cross-ice pass. Here's Dolimont. Dolimont just finds a skate of a US player and bringing it away is Wilson, who's also been busy. Centre ice. Here's Hemming. Cross ice. Not many whistles so far. Canada entering the zone now. Like Seagulls fighting over a chip. Grasby was the Seagull or the chip. You make up your own mind. Grasby. And that'll come back now in skate higher corner. Canada just keeping the puck. Leeson there, providing the security. USA working it out past their own bench now. Here's Long. Long trying to get around Lord. Long centering pass. That'll come back now for Long again. Entering the zone. Here come the USA again. Firing but wide. Grasby. Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 10.5 minutes. Here's Leeson up against Pretorius. And it will come back now for Ethan Hawes. Hawes now, there's the puck. Lord, Canada still in possession. Now they're spending a bit of time down here, Pete.
They are. Yeah, Canada getting some pressure on different shifts. We see the play move end to end.
Behind the boards, there's Ethan Hawes trying to clear it out. Doesn't clear it out though. Only finds Lord in the end. Cross ice pass. Is De La Savita. Firing against in traffic was Lord. Good pad save there by USA. Lord again fires but wide. That will come up for centering pass again. And the ice is slanted in the direction of Team Canada for the moment, Pete.
Yeah, they're putting the US down at the moment. They're under a lot of pressure, building pressure up, getting some shots on goal. Another one there, not too far away from a reflection.
I think Grosby was looking for Leeson there, didn't quite connect. I don't know how much training these guys have done together.
You can see they're struggling to put together. You can see they don't train together. They haven't had a lot of time to develop systems. There's been a couple of times players will make a pass and the player's not there because they have different systems. But there's been some great individual play, some really good skills to watch, and good pace. We're talking about Lord. We've got Lord and Ford on the same team, so sometimes we're not sure it's the same guy.
Attacking zone face-off for Team Canada. Here's Ethan Hawes. The US finally get it out of the zone. Here's Noble for Canada. Nice pass there for Henning. Here's Doré. Doré enters the zone. Has some support. And US work it out via David Booth. Booth now crosses all the lines. Nice pass and a nice goal by Team USA. Booth delivered and then Booth here. He connected and fired and scored.
Yeah, you see those monster quads of his pumping. You know he's just going to get a step on people. Look at him take off. He gets ahead and he looks up, head up, and right to his teammate and just puts a die on top of that. The dot on top of the eye is what I'm trying to say. Beautiful goal. No chance there for Rahul Sharma to get across when the two players like that are coming at you at top speed.
He dotted the eye indeed. That's a good one, Peter. I have to remember that for next week.
Well, then hopefully I can cross the T by next week too.
And the lowercase Joes.
Yes.
That'll come back now for US 2-0 now. 8:58 remaining. Shots on fairly even at 8-6 in favour of the US. Here's Hawes now. Hawes set left-hand side pass, finds Booth again. I think even Hawes will be happy he's playing on David Booth's team rather than being against him.
Yeah, he's been matched up against him in the past.
Here's Doré now. Doré entering the zone for Team Canada, dropping it off for St. Pierre. St. Pierre trying to connect, but couldn't quite connect there. And that will come back into centre ice. Here come the US. Here's Kramer. Hello, Kramer. That will be back for St. Pierre. For Canada, that's a good battle against our goal scorer there, Boutia. Partial line change. Have to watch the too many on the ice. Back now for Wilson. Wilson drives in. He's got Hemming for support. Takes it in towards Zamboni corner. Centering pass. It was a good shot. Austin Long in the slot.
And a good save.
Good save too, absolutely. It'll come back for US. And Canada trying to clear it out, but they're still in the slot. Good work again by Long. Might have to watch this guy's career, Austin Long.
Yeah, looking pretty promising.
Back now, battle up against the boards, including Francis Doré. It'll come back now for Keane. Keane centering pass, tapped on now. Here's space for Clark. Clark fires, rebound, but out of immediate danger. Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 7.5. Up against the boards. US trying to put on some attack. Here's Hemming in front. The puck balloons. Long thinks better of chasing it. Centering pass, but there were no Americans in the slot, and that will come all the way back. Long comes off for a change. Kropinski goes into the next suburb to collect that one. Schindel there was waiting for it for Team Canada, looking to enter the zone and looking to put on a goal. Canada still duck egg, and that will come back now. Right-hand side from a Canadian point of view. Schindel again, entering the zone, dropping it off now for Phillip. Puck balloons out of play.
Is Colton Schindel still the top scorer in the AHL? Top goal scorer. Not
at the moment.
Not point scorer, but I think he's a top goal scorer. 30 goals, isn't it?
He'd be close.
Yeah, I think it was 30 goals on the weekend. He's a guy who can do it for Team Canada. We've seen it here in the AHL.
Attacking zone face-off, one there by Team Canada, but out of the zone, and it will come all the way back now. And he's certainly under pressure there. Cameron Marks, cross-ice pass, finds Schindel briefly. Schindel against Pretorius. Pretorius in good position for Team USA. It will come back there, Phillip, for Team Canada. Skate higher corner, ironically, because that's where you get your skates on the general session. And we'll come back to Zamboni corner, and that will come back for icing. If anybody doesn't know me, I like to name my corners.
Yes, that's right. Well, we could call that the Ray Sheffield corner because he was down there sharpening skates today. So while he has his name up here in the rafters, he was also sharpening skates, which he loves to do for the guys prior to the game. So we could also call it the Ray Sheffield corner.
We could. I think that would be confusing, though.
Yeah. Skate high, skate sharpening corner.
Up against the boards in Cafe corner. Canada looked to keep it in the zone, and he did very, very briefly. Was marked. Here's an opportunity. Good save there by Sharma. It was a good shot there too by Butcher.
He's got explosive speed.
Back now, Canada. Some soccer skills on display there. Protecting the puck well. Weaving in and out of traffic. Gets brought down. The arms stay down.
If you scored that.
US work it out of their own end. Left-hand side. Here's Wells now. Delasita has to turn and chase. It will come from Phillip up against Butcher in front of the door of doom. Players often lose sticks in that door, and it will come back Canada with a line change. Just working it out of that end is Delasita. Zamboni corner now. Left-hand side in front of the central commentary position. Here's Lord now. Lord cross ice. Well and truly wide of the intended target. Counter attack by the US. Entering the zone. Here's Booth. Leaves the puck behind. The guy is human. Left hand side. Here's Booth in some traffic. The puck goes high. No action required by Sharma in the end. US. And it'll work out for Delasavita again. Looking to clear it out. And that will come back now for Ethan Hawes. Hawes now. Losing the puck, Milan. There's the puck there out of the zone, and it will come back for Delasavita. Back for Taylor Doherty. Cross-ice pass for Delasavita, D-to-D. Crossing again. Oh, intercepted by Booth. Here's danger. Booth fires.
And he gloved it.
He did.
And the puck just disappeared, but Sharma's got it. Just snatched it out of the air. And, well, lots of action to talk about both ends. I was going to talk about Jeff Baum, but we'll just have a look at that near goal. David Booth from a turnover fires it low, and Sharma had it covered with the splits. But at the other end, Jeff Baum broke up a Canada near goal at the other end for USA.
I don't know. I don't care how many games you've played. If you receive a puck like that on a turnover, your eyes light up.
Oh, yeah.
Back now for Klugerman. Klugerman losing possession briefly. US trying to work it out of the defensive zone. Hemming now, looking left. Looking primarily left, dumping it off. Now dumping it off for Ethan Hawes. Up against Klugerman. There's a battle. Two teammates normally. Divided by a border on this occasion. Left-hand side, here's a pass for Clark. It was too hot, waiting for the boards in front of the Canadian bench. Here's Clark now, trying to get around one. Top of the umbrella, here's Hawes now. Hawes, here's Wilson. Wilson fires the traffic in front. It was good work there by Long, but equally good was Sharma.
Yeah, solid save by Sharma. Had the pads out, covered it well up, and he's got long legs. He's a tall guy, and he covered up the 5-hole with a stick. It was a solid save. A good pressure there from Canada, but USA fighting back and putting them in their own end briefly. Look out for the speed of Butcher.
Here's Butcher now, winning the face-off up against the blue line, working in some traffic. Here's Keane. Keane fires it deflected off a Canadian in the end. It deflected off Dollymont. Another deflection of Dollymont. Here's an opportunity for Riley Klugerman. Klugerman dropping it off for Drolet. Drolet centering pass. He was under some pressure there, Dollymont. And they work it out. Here's USA, left-hand side now. Partial line change for Canada. Driving the bus this time was Austin Albrecht. Left-hand side, firing.
And a stop of play. Short shift for Drolet and Klugerman, but they got in there, and a couple of good carries, carrying up ice. They've just got to... USA at the moment is playing better as a team. They're connecting better. I mean, Canada's got some good passes, mostly individual efforts. USA, they're looking pretty dominant with a good team play.
Attacking zone face-off for Butcher. It'll come back now. Canada trying to clear it out of their own end now. Right-hand side. Intercepted there by USA. It'll come right near the bench. And then it'll come back now for Keane. Keane for Wells. Wells, cross-ice pass. USA now in the attacking zone, dropping it off now for Butcher. Butcher dropping it off, but here's a chance for Phillip. Leaves the puck behind him, goes and retrieves it, has plenty of time. Nice pass here for Schindel. Schindel tries to toe drag around one, but doesn't. Turnover, US back in possession. Albrecht out of the zone. It'll come back now for Keane. Keane just happy to fire it in and fires it out of play. And that's at a place that you haven't been to. You don't know how the board or the glass is going to react.
Yeah, but they're used to glass that goes along most of the way around the rink. So in this case, instead we had Horace Chung nearly had his head taken off there, so he's laughing about it. It skimmed over his shoulder. Right, whistled past his ear, but he's fine. Back
now, neutral zone face-off in front of the Canadian bench. Pretorius, cross-ice pass now. Entering the zone on the left-hand side. It's the US through Brom, who you pointed out a little bit earlier. US on the attack. Pretorius now on the blue line. Just missed Schindel, and it will come out of the zone. Phillip, right-hand side. But Baum again gets a good stick on it. Here's Booth again. Booth's got Benita, but the pass was just a little bit too hot for him. Canada working it out of their own defensive end. Here's an opportunity, but Schindel couldn't reach it with anybody's stick. No icing. US trying to work it out of their own end. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first period. 2-0 to Team USA. And that will come back now for Kramer. Entering the zone. Pretorius now. Pretorius firing it wide. And it will come back now for Booth. Booth, cross-ice pass. Trying to connect with somebody in the slot there. But it comes back now. Here's an opportunity for Canada just to dump it into Savita. Kaprinski. US working out of their own defensive end through Kramer. Finds Leeson for Canada. Entering the zone now, a 2-on-1 situation. Lord in some traffic, was good pressure there by Pretorius for Team US. Trying to clear it out. Here's Long now. Long stretch pass off the stick of Hemming. Della Savita, cross-ice pass. Right-hand side, Canada. Entering the zone now. Right-hand side. Ethan Hawes loses his stick. In the slot, US are there in numbers 8, can clear it out. And it was great work there on the blue line by Lord. Lord in some traffic. Cross ice. Dipsy Doodle. Leeson in front. It was a great pass. Leeson goes high. 46 seconds remaining in the first period. Canada are back.
Canada strike back in the last minute of the period to cut the deficit to 1. And this all started from Lord, who's been a great player for Canada so far. There's the cross-ice pass. There's the hard work in front and gets it past Karpinski, who's had a solid period. Oh, look at that little switch from backhand to forehand and just fires it past just over the pad at Karpinski.
2-1 USA. 46.2 seconds remaining in the period. Shots fairly even as we'd expect. It goes in flows. It's like peak hour traffic, Pete.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and with the change of shifts, we're seeing different styles of play and the players with their strengths and weaknesses. And at the moment, Canada have possession. They'll try to get something on this last 30 seconds.
Entering the zone now. Here's Lord trying to squeeze through the traffic, but there was no squeezing through. It will come back for Leeson. Cross-ice pass in front. Here's Lord. And that will come back now. Doherty in traffic. He saw enough of it, Kaprinski, and he clears it out. Here's Ethan Hawes. 4 seconds remaining in the period. Here's Leeson. Will run out of time in that first period. What a first period of hockey. I know it's a level that we normally don't see.
Yep.
You know, these players, a lot of them are unfamiliar with, you know, how hockey is in Australia. Really have enjoyed seeing them. Actually greeted all of them. They had no idea who I was, but I greeted them as they arrived. Took me back to the old days of the Bears and welcoming players to the rink who also had no idea who I was.
That's right. But it can't help to introduce yourself and say hi and see a smiling face, right? So,
absolutely.
But tonight's about loving the game and enjoying it, seeing a high level of hockey. I mean, remember, this is all about MND and Stop Concussions. So you're not going to see bone-crushing hits tonight. The guys are looking after each other. But they've got smiles on their faces, and the pace and the passing and the accuracy has been excellent, which we're really enjoying seeing tonight. So should we talk about jersey off our back?
we shall.
Off your back. So, as part of what is happening with this Ice Hockey Classic tour is, of course, a fundraising event, or this is a fundraising opportunity where we're trying to get Ice Hockey Classic to say, they say they're well known for support of Stop Concussions and raising awareness of the long-lasting effect of these concussions. In this 2025 season, they're also showing support for MND, which of course affects us here with Luke Doré, one of our Rick's sons, you could say, Garry Doré and Leanne Doré's son, recently was, let's carry on up the top there. He was diagnosed with MND, and he so really generously, the Ice Hockey Classic guys have got behind the fundraising for MND. So our point here is that you can donate to help these two charities, the MND Australia and Stop Concussions, via QR code. You can see it on your screen right now. As Carrie's saying, you can donate $1, $2, $10, $500. He was even suggesting you can donate your house if you wanted to. Might be a bit extreme, but this is definitely a couple of charities worth backing.
And I know you were talking with Luke pre-game. You and him go back quite some way.
Yeah, when the rink first opened, he was a bantam, I think, so under 14. So, and I've known him for years. He played a few games when he was a bit older for the AHL, usually just early season when they needed some extra plays. He played a lot of East Coast and Div 1. So while the guy hasn't played a lot of AHL, he's played good level hockey, and it's in his veins. He travelled to Canada and spent a number of months over there and had a great time. I'm sure he had a couple of scrimmages over there, casual hockey games. And we've known him for a long time. Of course, the Dorés are family here to everyone who comes in, and we all feel like we want to do something for the Dorés as part of this. Shall we wrap it up?
We shall go and have a break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play at the end of the first period. It is Team USA 2 leading Team Canada 1. We'll be back soon.
Welcome back to Honorary Skating Stadium for this Ice Hockey Classic, Canada versus USA. A magnificent event to see here in this rink. A full crowd tonight. Big crowd. Not sure who to cheer for though, Eric.
Dare I say, the hockey's going to be the winner. That's number one. But number two, just how great is it? Wednesday night hockey night in Australia. We don't get that many night games.
Yeah, that's true, and plus midweek, so my wife wasn't happy about it, but the hockey fans are happy to get out any night, and you can tell they're happy to get out because the place has been sold out. Except, I think there's only a few standing seats, spaces left out of all the, and this is midweek too, so yeah, huge turnout for hockey and a big win for hockey and for these two charities tonight we're going to talk about.
Absolutely, as we're having a look at some people in the crowd. And speaking of crowds, there's an estimated more than 2,000 people in Australia who suffer from motor neurone disease in some different way, shape or form.
Yeah.
Just because one person has it one way affecting one part of the body doesn't necessarily mean that anyone else is. So it's a really difficult disease to live with, especially for people, young, old, doesn't matter. If it's going to affect you, it's going to affect you, and that's one of the reasons why there's trying to bring so much awareness about it.
Yeah, and we've seen it affect people here. It's not just Luke Doré, actually another hockey player, local hockey player, Vaughan, and has become good mates with the Doré family. He too is suffering through this terrible disease, and we want to do everything we can to support them and the people, Australians and people around the world with MND. If we can do something about solving, something about treating or helping people suffering with the disease, we want to be part of that, and we're behind this all the way.
Absolutely. So we're back on the ice now. Both teams are back on the ice. US against Canada. A 2-1 lead after 20 minutes for Team USA.
I'll be interested to see what Canada does. So I could see Martin Saint-Pierre was chatting to the guys, Coach Noah Philp, and talking about what they're playing for this period. Looks like Noah Philp is going to take a face-off in his Oilers gloves and pants. A bit of a flex to that. Love it. And he'll be thrilled to be representing Canada all overseas.
Sort of reminds me of like the All-Star weekend where there's a little bit of your own team that you bring along with you.
Correct, yeah, very much like that.
So Booth up against Phillip, the young player, and we're underway. Here's Booth now with the puck, trying to squeeze through traffic, and he manages to do it. Booth just couldn't pull it up. Zach Kevin Noble losing his stick. It is. He has it back now. Canada working out of their own defensive end. It will come back now towards both penalty boxes. Here's Phillip for Canada. Oh, it was good work there by Keane for US. Holding him off at the pass. Funky bounce off the boards. Doherty now for Canada entering the zone. Here's Ford, who worked hard that period.
Oh,
what a shot.
And it's Colton Schindel. That's why Melbourne fans love him. The guy can thread a needle, and he threaded it right there, top corner, and got it past Kapinski, and it was a rocket.
A leading goal scorer in the AIHL at the moment with 30 goals, and it doesn't hurt that his coach is in the building, Garry Doré.
That's correct. But yeah, they won't be too sorry to see that. That gets Canada back up, and we're even just in that first minute of the period. We got a 2-2 game.
That only took 33 seconds, Pete. And that will come back now for Keane. Hemming for US up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Here's Grasby now, cross-ice D-to-D passing. And that will come back now for the US in their defensive zone. Wilson, backhanded shovel, but it just found Mackenzie Dwyer, one of the alternate captains. Wilson loses his glove. Up against the boards in Zamboni corner, reinforcements arrive. Here's Lord, who was busy in the first period. Dolimont fires from distance, and a great save there. In some traffic, Kabrinski.
Just curious, just watching Dolimont with that. We'll probably see the shot here. So it goes across to him, he picks it up. He actually skates across, has a look, actually not looking at the goalie right before he took the shot. But he had an idea where he wanted to shoot. But a little bit too much in the middle, and a save there by Kapinski.
Here's Lord now, Zamboni corner. Dolimont on the blue line, keeps it in the zone. Nice D-to-D cross-ice pass there. It was in some traffic, Dwyer. Back now for Dolimont again. Collymont fires, hits the iron, but not in. And that will come back for US. It was a great shot from Collymont. Just unfortunately for him, found the iron. Here comes Clark now for Team US. Centering pass. The train was almost there. It was at the station. Austin Long stretched, but the goalie was there. And Sharma. Crosby now entering the zone, firing wide. No action required. Canada again. Lord, corporate corner.
Riley Klugerman.
Yeah, Riley Klugerman indeed. And that will come back. Canada on the attack. Dwyer point blank range.
Second try didn't get past either.
Albrecht clearing it out for Team USA. He's got some speed, hasn't he? Entering the zone now. Centering pass, but only found Lord. Lord up against Clark. Centering. Entering the zone now. Here's Doré. Doré, tic-tac-toe. And the arena erupt with one of their local heroes getting goal number 3, and Canada take the lead.
Yeah, that's what Newcastle fans are used to seeing, is that Francis Doré doing a bit of Doré magic, ole, ole, ole. And look at this pass. He sets it up and gets back and just right there to tap it in at the corner. A beautiful setup, give and go.
So 3-2 Canada now. 17:40 remaining in the second. Shots on are even at 14. Neil Pretorius now looking to clear it in deep in the attacking zone for Team US. Canada working it out of their defensive end. In some traffic, almost a turnover. Is a turnover. Wells spins and fires, but he's off target. Canada now looking to get out of their defensive zone a lot quicker than they did the first time. Tapped on, and we'll come back now for Butcher. Butcher in Zamboni corner. Looks up, has some support in the form of his captain coach, Jamie Milan. Up against the boards. Here comes Phillip now. Phillip clearing it out of his own end. Looking to cross all the lines, but Pretorius is there. Recovers the puck, fires. And Kaprinski holds and saves.
Phillip there, the current NHL player, end-to-end, a bit of Bobby Orr style, but he couldn't finish it with a goal at the other end.
Now, as a relatively young person in the sport of hockey, Pete, it was unusual to see players warming up without helmets. It's a thing that I haven't seen, but there's a lot of players that I haven't seen either, and Bobby Orr's just one of many of them that you hear about.
Yeah, I do remember there were some players still in the NHL who were still playing without a helmet because it was a grandfather law, so if you're old enough, you could still play without a helmet.
And now they're doing a similar thing with visors, centering pass now. Here comes Phillip now, entering the zone, cross-ice pass, give and go, tic-tac-toe with Phillip, just couldn't connect with Schindel in the end.
What a comeback for Team Canada.
I know, right?
We came in one down and scored 2 quick ones, and nearly a third and fourth goal. One was off the iron, that one so close, and Kapinski there getting the save. But Canada are on fire right now.
They certainly are.
How's the timing with the music?
It's almost like they're listening to our commentary, but they're not. I know they're not. Attack his own face-off coming up for Canada. Phillip will take it. Schindel towards the right. It will come back now for Ford. Clearing it out now. Team USA on their right-hand side. And that will come back into skate high corner for David Booth. Dropping it off now for Kramer. Kramer, left-hand side, has got Baum on the blue line. Canada now should be able to clear it out there, left-hand side. Clearing it out now via Phillip. Entering the zone, Schindel just looking to dump and chase. We'll come back now, entering the zone. Cafe corner. Big battle up against the boards. Kept in the zone well by USA. USA looking to score their first goal for the period. Doing some good work there was Keane. Now has some support. Firing it in. Austin Long. They need somebody in front of the net, US. There's David Booth with it now. Hawes comes onto the ice for a new shift. Bucks free in the slot. Booth there firing was just wide of Sharma. And that will come back now. Canada looking to clear it out. Is Long.
USA pinning them down. And
Here's Long again. Long drives the net. Sharma says no on the right-hand post. Backhanded shovel from Booth was wide. Kept in the zone by Hawes for US. Just firing it in.
Oh,
Boof. Wowee.
pounced on a rebound and just buried a top corner. What a goal, David Booth. You were just talking, I was just mentioning, USA was starting to pin him down. They even got a line change, even with 2 guys out there, they're pinning Canada down. So, and then David Booth picks up that loose puck and just buries it.
So 3-all the score.
3-all, reset, there we go. Back to even.
Lots of action there. Wilson gloves it down for himself. And that will come back now for Clark. Ethan Hawes. Centering pass. Here's Long. Loses an edge briefly. Canada, left-hand side. Just happy to dump it in. No action required by the US. Here's Leeson. Up against the boards with Clark. Reinforcements arriving. 14 and a half minutes remaining in the second period. 3-all Team US and Team Canada. Leeson. Belisavita. Scott Marks for company on the blue line. Pressure there on the left-hand side. Canada just setting themselves up. It will come back for Leeson on the right-hand side. Leeson now patrolling the blue line. Did a good job of keeping it in and almost crossed the blue line there. Battle up against the boards. And it's there, Lord. Trying to fire it in. Cross ice pass St. Pierre. Opportunity now for Hawes to clear it out for US. Here's Hemming. Hemming enters the zone. Has Wells for company. There's Wells. Cross ice pass goes in towards Cafe Corner. St. Pierre's there for Canada. US keeping it in the zone. And pass intended for Hawes was cut off at the pass there by Leeson. Firing, scoring.
Top corner, top cheese.
That's where the good stuff is held, Pete.
That's where the good cookies are, and that goal was right into the top corner.
Cameron Marks.
Kapinski a little bit frustrated just because the accuracy of that shot was crazy. Cameron Marks, AHL player.
Absolutely.
Showing off the skills.
D-man love to score goals, Pete.
Oh, yeah, when you're a D-man, you got to rub it into the forwards. As a member of the Defensemen's Union / Brotherhood.
So on attacking zone, back to centre ice, I should say, we go. 4-3 now in favour of Canada. And that will come back now to Taylor Doherty, cross ice pass. Canada left-hand side, Riley Klugerman briefly. US trying to work it into their attacking zone. It will come back now for Doherty. It'll come back. The pass was possibly intended for Drolet. Drolet receives it now via Henning. Drolet fires, big rebound to the door of doom. Counter-attack opportunity for the US. Entering the zone now, Pretorius dropping it off for Albrecht. Albrecht fires in some traffic wide. Canada working out of their own defensive end on the left-hand side. Canada.
Equipment problem for Sharma. He's calling the referee. He's okay for now, but he's had a problem with his pad. And they're blowing the whistle. So Sharma his pad came loose in that last interaction. And he's asked for help and then stopped play.
So he's having some equipment repairs done to him, and Sharma's had a pretty good game.
Oh, might be the blades come off his skate. That's inconvenient. He can't do much with a missing blade. I think they're going to have to send that to the bench and get it fixed.
That's a very, very interesting one indeed.
It could be sometimes when a puck hits it, it can shake it loose. They're usually screwed in. And, but yeah, they might need a moment to fix it up. Oh, he's going to put the lid back on. Maybe he's okay. Or I thought for a moment just maybe one of the straps had hung down and gone over his skate, and that can be very inconvenient when you've got a strap under the skate. You can't skate very well.
No, certainly not.
So they're just trying to secure that blade without having to go to the bench before they review.
So definitely keep an eye on this guy as he's developing in his career. Starting off in the USPHL and now playing in the FPHL, where so many of these players are active or have been active and have gone on to other leagues.
Yeah, they have. It's a great starter league, especially for younger players coming out of college or junior hockey. And to get their start off and start with teams, leagues like the SPHL, trying to break into the East Coast Hockey League and other AAA leagues, and then hopefully into the AHL and the big leagues.
Philippe now trying to find it. Phil. So, a bit of a high stick there and a necessary stop of play.
I think it's hit the player, so we're just going to have to check on him. Yeah, he's telling the guys he's okay. So that was Jeff Baum, actually, who had that deflect and just went past the side of his face. I think it just clipped him. He's okay. And, okay. It's funny because how friendly. I mean, David Booth just asked for a towel at the Canadian bench.
Back now for Schindel. Schindel, cross ice pass. Here's an opportunity again. It was well driven to the net, this time by Dwyer. That will come all the way back now for Ethan Hawes.
Dwyer's got some wheels, I tell you.
Oh, he certainly has. I don't know if we've even seen the best of Ethan Hawes yet. Dumping it in, and Sharma gets a chance to test out his equipment.
Yeah, he's looked a little ginger. I'm going to check that in the break, I think. So get the equipment guys to check it out for him, but he's satisfied enough. They'll continue.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the US. Left-hand side of Sharma. Here's Hawes again. Cross ice there for Keane.
Net's off.
The net's off its moorings. The nets have been well behaved.
They have been. Yeah. Especially when you got guys who aren't used, because we don't have the holes drilled through the ice here in Australia, usually because they have to use it for a lot of other sports and general skating and figure skating. So it's not as popular to drill their holes and run the pipe down. It's kind of like a garden hose stuff they use to hold the nets in. So they do shake a bit easier than they used to in North America.
Back now, Canada trying to clear it out. Finds Dwyer on the left-hand side. Nice pass. Entering the zone now on the right-hand side. Phil. Ethan Hawes. Looking left, looking right. They got somebody in front of the net now. Backhanded shovel there from Dwyer in the slot. Schindel was there and thereabouts, Pete, waiting for the rebound, but there was none.
Wow, but it was a really nice backhand, but just went right into the glove of Kopinski, and he was happy to show them the puck. There we go. I got it, boys. It's all good.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Canada. Grosby takes it. Hawes works out of his defensive end. I wonder how Ethan Hawes is going with the other dressing room. Here comes Booth now. Booth driving the line, and Sharma has it right there in the glove.
Well, I can answer that for you because most of the Northstars guys actually got changed in 5, and those who were in the US team then moved down after they got changed. So he hasn't actually moved house. He got dressed in his usual change room with the opposition. He and Charlie Smart were coming out of the Canadian change room in their USA gear.
Attacking zone face-off for America. Sharma saves it on his right-hand post. US working it out of the defensive end of the zone. Here's Hawes though. Hawes doesn't mind a shot from anywhere. Up against Leeson and also up against Grosby. Well done there by Grosby. Taking over there is Hemming. Hawes again. Here's Wilson. Manages to keep it in the zone. Grosby paying him a lot of attention. Lord was there. And Long was there. Grosby, cross ice pass. Here's Lord now for Canada. Great opportunity.
Good kick save.
Great kick save. Saved the day for Team USA. And here's Austin Long again. Pass was a bit too hot for Matt Clark. Canada. Lord. Long. De La Savita. Here's Long now. Long in some traffic. Had no support. Butcher and Wilson were a bit too far away. Lord now on the right-hand side. Here's an opportunity for Canada driving the net, but the net stays dry. Hawes works it out for USA. Butcher crossing it on for Clark as Doré comes on. Wells comes on as well for USA. Wells. It'll come back now. Up against the boards. Wilson. Doherty. Doherty centering, trying to clear the Canadian defensive zone. Doré helps with that. Leeson back now for Lord. Lord trying to possibly dump it onto somebody who wasn't there. Bit of friendly fire between Doherty and Lord. And US working out of their defensive end. Here's Albrecht now. Albrecht has got Butcher for company. Won't need him. The puck balloons into the air. It comes back now for Butcher. Skate higher corner. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. Albrecht out. And it will come back for Klugerman. Klugerman clears it out of the zone. Touched on the way through, so that will negate the icing. Milam under some pressure there from Doré. 9-on-9 briefly. It'll come back for Klugerman, but the pass was wide of the Francis Doré shaped target. Doré again entering the zone for Canada. Fires Klugerman. Klugerman fires and deflected wide. And it will come back for Albrecht for the US. Albrecht trying to find Wells. Finds Wells now. Wells dumping and chasing for himself. Booth comes on the left-hand side. Battle again in the corner. Milam keeps it in the zone. And a great save there with Sharma, especially if you're not familiar with the building.
Yeah, that's right. Different buildings are going to have different bounces off the glass, so whether it's glass or perspex. Some of the times the boards are bouncy, sometimes they're a bit irregular. And with the new wrapping, the wrapping looks great, by the way. It could even change the way the puck bounces off them as well.
Or even the background as it was floating to him in the air on that particular occasion. Up against the boards. And that will come back. Here's an opportunity for Canada on the left-hand side now. Bill fires and saved there by Koprinski.
Yeah, Noel Phil wasn't happy with that effort. He just went 5-hole on the end. I think he got to run out of options, or wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do. And just tried 5-hole, but Koprinski had it covered and makes the save.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Canada. Schindel dropping off for Dolomont. Dolomont fires. Puck balloons out of play off a deflection.
And we'll have a reset of play. USA have started, well, they were kind of controlling the play for a bit, but there's been a fight back from Canada. We've got a face-off now in the US zone, and Dolomont seems to be one of those people that gets teams going along with Phil. I mean, these are two high-quality players, and they got their team on the attack right now.
US trying to clear it out of their defensive zone. Neil Pretorius up against the board, Phil. And that will come back. US defending all they can. Schindel, cross-ice pass. Here's Dwyer. Scott Dolomont for company. Centering pass, but the US were there. Now here's an opportunity. Trying to squeeze through a gap, which closed rapidly was Booth. Kramer, Schindel, Pretorius. There's some desperation from Gus Long. Gus Ford, rather. De La Savita, cross-ice pass in the slot. US just holding Canada at bay at the moment as Ford goes for a skate around. He's been busy, Ford. Here's an opportunity for US to clear it out of the zone, and they do. Center ice. Here's Ford again, flung in by US, and they'll have the opportunity to change. Booth. And that will come back for the defensive pairing. Braun enters the zone. Fires. Puck goes behind the net. US still on the attack. They've got players in front of the net now briefly. Here's Bourne in some traffic. Couldn't get a shot on because Team Canada was there. Ford trying to get around Keane.
He's offside.
One of the very few offsides that we've had, Pete.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to get many penalties. It's a bit friendly for that. And also the referees basically putting the whistle away tonight. They want to be the game to be about them. And of course, these teams are not going to be beating each other up. It is stop concussions, not make concussions that they're doing.
Back now for Wilson for US. Keane hemming in some traffic. Centre ice, Grosby for Canada, getting lent on. And now they'll clear it out. Here's Leeson entering the zone. Right-hand side, right-hand circle. Leeson walking the blue line now, top of the umbrella. Fires. Deflected away. It'll come back from Grosby for Canada. Grosby gets past one. Centering pass. Marks fires from distance. Canada on the attack at the moment. They open this period so well. Firing from distance. Another rebound. Misfire. Hemming trying to clear it out back into neutral ice for the US. Cross ice pass now. We'll come back for Grosby. Grosby now, partial line change for the US. Wells comes on amongst others. Canada entering the zone, driving the net. Good work there by Diamond again. Canada on the attack. Doherty's trying to inject himself. US clear it out of the slot. Using the walls, using the boards. It'll come back now for Doherty, just clearing it in defence. Back now for Doherty. He's got options left and right. Enters the zone. Trying to drop it off for Klugeman, then goes himself. Got a deflection off a US stick on the way through. So well and truly off target in the end. And Riley Klugeman showing the speed that we know him for here at the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. Back into neutral ice. Here's Hawes now for Team US. D-to-D pass, cross ice pass back now for Hawes. Here's Clark, cross ice pass for Albrecht. Albrecht back now for Butcher. Butcher now pressured there by Klugeman briefly, Henning as well. And that will come back US. Here's Canada. Here's an opportunity for Klugeman. Klugeman fires, but held and saved there by Koprinski.
A bit of chat between the housemates, Klugeman and Hawes. But Matt Clark had to put a burst of speed on there to cover off, and he did a good job to close down Klugeman's rush on net there. And Kopinski rocking out to a bit of music.
Well, red does make you go faster, doesn't it, Pete?
Sure does.
Back now for Hawes, working out of his defensive. Nice stretch pass there, connecting with Butcher. Butcher's got no support though. Goes wide, waits for his support to enter the zone. Cross ice pass in towards Cafe Corner. Here's Hawes now with it. Hawes, Clark at the top of the umbrella, finds Albrecht instead. Francis Drolet gets his stick held, almost gets his hand held. And Canada enters the zone now by Dwyer. Dwyer, nice pass there for Drolet. Drolet tapped it on, but wasn't on target. Here's Albrecht again. Albrecht enters the zone for US as a partial line change coming up. Philip. Yep. Entering the zone on the left-hand side now. Trying to find Ford. Good pressure there. Kramer. If Kramer had got that puck, Pete, he was off to the races.
He was. He had a head of steam up.
Back now for Clark at his defensive end for US. Back now for Ethan Hawes. He's the sort of guy that seems to be on the ice all the time. Here's Clark now. Clark has got Booth for company. Hawes on the left-hand side. Booth and Kramer attacking the set up. Tic-tac-toe, Kramer.
Another AHL player from an AHL player. This has been David Booth, and set up a beautiful goal. Download a too many men sort of situation where they've got a 2-on-1, or was it a 3-on-2 in the end there? And look at that pass, and just nailed it. No chance for Sham to stop that one. USA get it back even at 4-all.
That's the sort of thing that you really got to think. You got David Booth coming at you at speed, and then you got Roman Kramer coming with you at speed. There's only so much that you can do.
Correct. Yeah. Just try and cut off the pass. Yeah.
Back now, trying to clear it out in the slot area, and we'll come back now. US clearing it out of their own end. 4-4 is the score with 3:20 remaining. Booth entering the zone for Team USA. Cross ice pass.
That was close.
That was close indeed. And that will come back. Canada trying to clear it out via Schindel. Cross ice pass. Entering the zone. Ford has been busy. US Booth again. The puck balloons off the stick. Goes wide of Sharma. Will come back for Schindel and Booth. Usually playing for the same team, and the AI now playing against each other. And that will come back now for Wilson. Pretorius on the blue line. Here's Pretorius, winds up. Good save there from Sharma. Had so much red, white and blue in the form of Booth in front of him. Canada looking to clear it out now. Pass on the right-hand side. Here's Schindel now. Schindel fires, and the backup was there and thereabouts. It was great follow-up work there by Ford. Up against the boards. Noble involved there in defence, looking to clear it out. Pass doesn't reach Grasby. Here's Wilson. The stick of Was that Austin Long?
Now, Austin Long in the back door, and it looked like he was going to make the pass. Instead, he just tucked it in just inside. Should be able to see it on the replay, but he just tucks it in on the inside post, gets it past Sharma. A bit of a magician's move, that one. Maybe plays some lacrosse.
Maybe he does, but he was right there waiting for exactly that situation. Net cam will show it awesomely, Pete.
Yeah, so you see Sharma just... Oh, he doesn't even cheat. He just pushes it 5-hole. Sharma had the post covered, but just lifted the pad enough for Austin Long to squeeze it through, and he gets a goal.
We said that we'd hope he'd score a goal, and he has.
He has. We've had a couple of AHL score.
Back down Malam. Fires. Rebound there from Sharma, but able to be cleared up there by Canada from Lord. Cross ice pass now. Entering the zone on the left-hand side with 1:47 remaining in the period. Cross ice pass doesn't connect with anybody in red and white. Here's Long now, dropping it off. I'd call that a hospital pass in rugby league, Pete. There was no way that the bowling player was going to get that one.
Same in hockey. When you're just about to get cleaned up, as soon as you receive it, that's definitely a hospital pass.
Back now for Long behind the net. Firing, it was a good shot there on the right-hand post there by Hemming. The puck still free in the slot now. They realise Canada via Doherty entering the zone now. Here's Lord. He was in the middle of a sandwich. Oh, there's a bit of pushy shovey here.
Yeah, a bit of play acting. They're going to have a bit of fun with it.
Here's Lord and Wells.
Wells, it must be the tallest man I've ever seen play hockey in Australia. He, man, is 6'8". Yeah, you got no chance. You got Sean Lynch there. He's going to sort you out. A bit of, I wouldn't say it's play acting. I mean, the guys were laughing before they started up, but they thought, hey, should we have a bit of fun here? Oh, yeah, let's go.
Yes, there are penalties in the Ice Hockey Classic.
Yeah, and Joey Terrier's having a laugh as he takes him off.
So Wells will be sitting for USA.
I'm sure there'll be opportunity for the US to get a power play a bit later. But for now, they got a penalty kill. Do they even have a PK line organised? Looks like they do. They're ready to go.
I thought Lord might have been joining him.
Nah.
Back now. Power play time for Canada. Yep. Cross ice pass. Finds Albrecht. Albrecht now gets dispossessed. Entering the zone now on the left-hand side. Firing, shooting, but saving there. 52 seconds of the period. 1:45 of the Canadian power play.
Well, I'm glad someone stood up and got themselves a penalty. A bit of PK, PP action is what we want. Shake it up a bit. And this is Canada's big chance. They're up by one. They'll want to get another in. Francis Doré takes the seat.
Attacking zone face-off coming up now for Canada. Here's Dwyer now. Dwyer. A give and go. Firing in front was Lord. US clear it out. It was well cleared out. That will come back. Sharma will just leave it for Dolemont. 35 seconds remaining in the period. Canada now opened the period so well, and it's been seesawing ever since. Dolemont couldn't squeeze himself out of that one. Here comes Albrecht. Albrecht fires, and a good save there by Sharma. US short-handed. Entering the zone. Yep. Left-hand side. Schindel in front. 6 seconds remaining in the period. One final shot there from Schindel.
Just off the heel of the stick and ended up floating high and snapped out of the air by Cody Kempinski.
So 4.3 seconds remaining in the period.
And there's still plenty. There's a bit of power play to spill over into the third. So it's not. Canada haven't blown this one yet.
Back now.
But that will do
and Ethan Hawes will just be happy to control the puck before the end of the period. A bit of, hey mate, how are you going? Did you really need to fire that off after the buzzer? But all good. Everyone's having such a good time, Pete. I interacted with all these players when they were coming into the rink this afternoon, and they're so happy to be here.
Yeah, they really are. Despite the weather not being the greatest today, we've had such a run of gorgeous winter weather lately, but sunny skies. But finally we've got some rain. The guys are up here. We've got the best impression of this area. Of course, not a good day to go to the beach. We've got some beautiful beaches up here, but it's a bit miserable today, cold and miserable for Newcastle. But yeah, they're really pumped to be part of this tour and to get the word out, both about their love for hockey and, of course, these two charities that they're supporting. So the jersey off your back is what we're talking about. These jerseys that you can see out there are up for sale. So it's not just about the donations. You can also bid for these jerseys and be part of the support for Stop Concussions and Motor Neurone Disease Australia, the two charities. So there's that QR code on your screen. You can just whip out your phone, put the camera on, and over that QR code, and it should bring up the URL for the site to make your donation. And we thank you for supporting these two charities that are very close to our hearts.
Absolutely, and we thank you for watching this game as well. It's a good thing to be able to see a lot of these players that you normally wouldn't be able to see unless you really follow the NHL or you really follow the minor Canadian or the US systems.
Yes, that's right.
So to see all of these guys 20 minutes drive away from my house is awesome.
It is awesome. Last time they're here was 2019, and we had a ball then. We had an awesome time, and it's great they've made another return here to this rink. You can see it's appreciated. The place is packed out. They're loving the experience, and we're loving it from up here to watch this great level of hockey.
I'm just enjoying seeing all the different jerseys that are around the place. I've actually broke tradition and I'm actually wearing a jersey tonight, which is not something that I normally do.
Team USA,
a Team USA. TJ Oshie, my favourite hockey player of all time.
Yeah, he was a great. I think he's actually from where I was living in the US, up near Seattle. I think he was from. I can't remember the town. It was up near Bellingham, up near the border, the Canadian border.
And
Mount Vernon, it was called Mount Vernon.
And speaking of jerseys, Pete?
Yeah, I've got one from the same area. This is Seattle Kraken, their Winter Classic jersey from about a year and a half ago where they played on New Year's Day. And I thought it was just the best looking jersey, so I picked it up. It's actually got elements of the original Kraken Seattle team, which was the Metropolitans from, I think, 1909, like way back there. And I love this jersey. It was a good opportunity to wear it tonight.
Certainly lots of great jerseys in the crowd, that's for sure. Wednesday Night Hockey, we're enjoying bringing it to you. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for the resumption of play. At the end of 40 minutes, after a good start to the period for Team Canada, that's Team USA 5, Team Canada 4. Back soon.
Welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium for this Ice Hockey Classic, USA versus Canada. Now we got a 5-4 game with a lead to Canada right now, Eric.
Absolutely, Pete. Canada came out really, really strong early. US will be short-handed for the next 52 seconds, so Canada on the power play. An interesting note, I had a chat with US assistant coach Mel Matheson, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, Mel. I asked her about players training here. The two teams haven't trained here, and so this is the first time that most of the guys have laid eyes on this building. A factor, the different size ice between NHL size ice and the Olympic size ice.
That is true. This is Olympic size, which is wider. 30 metre wide as opposed to usually about 22 metres wide, which is pretty standard for US Canada, North American hockey.
And here's Doherty dropping it off to St. Pierre. I noticed that he was wearing his Canadiens helmet.
He is.
And that will come back now. Entering the zone, here's Leeson, but they've gone offside.
Yeah, there was a collision with a couple of players at the blue line, and that put the Canadian skipper across the blue line, so we're going to have to go back to neutral ice for a reset of play.
19:32 on the big clock, 24 seconds on the small clock before it gets back to 5-on-5 hockey. The first and only penalty so far. Dropping it off now here, St. Pierre. Remember him, Pete?
Martin St. Pierre, I think I did see him play for the Blackhawks back in the day.
Here's Lord now entering the zone, trying to find some support but didn't have anybody. Grasby was out of the zone, so Team Canada has to come back. Back to full strength we go. Here's Lord entering the zone. Back to 5 players for each team. Halfway corner. Good work there by Austin Long. Canada on the attack now. Centering pass, but it only found the spinning Keane. That will come back now. Doherty to Canada. Leeson. The puck still free very, very briefly, but it was saved underneath the glove of Kaprinski.
I did ask Charlie Smart, hey, are you going to get a go out there today? He said, oh, I'm not sure, but he was pretty keen to have a play out representing US. He's been selected to back up for US, and we've got Horace Chung. He's backing up for the Canadian team tonight.
I think he just wants to face some shots against these guys.
Oh, who wouldn't? Great opportunity to test yourself a bit against some of these guys.
He's in good form too lately, Charlie. Centering pass, deflected off the stick of Clark for Team USA. Team Canada still on the attack. Centering pass in the zone forward. He's had it some good looks. Off the stick of Albrecht. Walking the line. Yep. Centering pass. And that will come back for the slot for Ford. Trying to fire again. Can't. The puck's still free in the slot. US should be able to clear it out. Schindel there. Trying his best for Canada. Back into neutral ice we go. Hawes entering the zone for Wells. So there's your trivia. There's a trivia question for your next trivia night, Pete. Who was the first person to receive a penalty in this game? Tristan Wells for Team USA.
Yeah, the short fella.
Cross ice pass for Ethan Hawes. Hawes now tries to fire, but just got aforementioned Wells. Cross ice pass now, entering the zone. Team Canada, firing but wide.
Down to one knee, Phil. Couldn't get enough on it to squeeze it in past Kapinski.
Back now, he's got it on the second attempt.
Puck bouncing around off a stick, and Kapinski snatches it out of the air for a stopper play.
He's gone really old school with the pads and the gloves, hasn't he?
Yeah, I love those old brown ones, back like it's the 60s with the old leather ones.
And that's a hard thing too. You know, you don't have time necessarily to get colour coordinated, so what pads you have at the level you're playing at, and the pads you bring with you in many cases.
You can see the variety of helmets out there.
The helmets and shorts and the pants as well. Canada, though, walking the blue line. Riley Klugerman promoting it in towards skate higher corner. Klugerman again, up against Hawes. I did see Hawes leave the Canadian dressing room at the end of the second period.
Yeah, I told you, dubbed on him. You can pick the Northstars players, they're all wearing red helmets.
Back now, centering pass. Here's Booth. He had to stretch Sharma, and he did. Coming back now for Klugerman. Klugeman got options left and right. On the left is Francis Doré, trying to fire but got dispossessed. Entering the zone, here comes the US fire. Booth, tic-tac-toe with Clark. Booth, and it was cleared out by Marks for Canada. Clark has supported the former Doré, dropping it off though for Klugeman. There's Doré, but he couldn't reach it with the tallest player on the ice, whoever that is. There's certainly a few of them. Deflected off the stick there.
Wells has got it by a few inches, I'd say.
I felt very short next to some of these guys as they were walking in without skates.
The US team especially is tall.
Back now for Grosby. Grosby enters the zone, trying to squeeze through that clap between Clark and Pretorius, but didn't manage it.
Still gets a shot away at the last moment, and Pretorius had to squeeze down to smother the puck, but successful, and keeps the puck out to keep it 5-4 with Canada with the lead of just one.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Canada. Back now, Canada win the face-off. Noble loses possession. It'll come back now for Austin Long. Long enters the zone. Good pass there, and it's in the back of the net by Wilson.
Yeah, so that was our mate Long,
yep.
Austin Long. So he set that up. He didn't make the initial shot, but the rebound went right to his stick off the pads of Sharma, and Austin Long just had to tap it in to get another goal. And a toothy smile as the man comes through with his team. A successful bid on net to make it. I thought
6-4.
it was. Well, I think isn't it 5-all? US home team.
US are away.
Okay, well, just because they were wearing the blue, they had me confused. So it's 6-4, US in the lead.
Here's Leeson now entering the zone, getting lent on by Pretorius. Austin Long again. We'll have to go and say to him hi after the game. Here's Long now. Long entering the zone. It was there, Sharma on the left-hand post. It'll come back into neutral ice. It'll come back now for Lord. Lord on the attack, centering pass. Finds Doherty, tries to drop it off, but there was no Canadian within Cooey. Back now for Leeson. Pretorius now with it. Cross-ice pass for Wilson. Wilson fires, Wilson scores, and then he has to hurdle a Canadian player in the form of Noble.
What a shot.
Oh, it was a ripper.
And quickly, we've gone from a 1-goal lead, pardon me for getting the scores back, because we had a mix of ends and colours, but a beauty shot there by Wilson. Look at him just pick that corner out and snipes it home. Oh, we got the reverse view, but nice. And top corner gets it past Sharma. And USA with a bolting away at the moment.
Back to centre ice we go. 7-4 in favour of US. Shots favouring Canada, 34-30 at the moment, but it's a tight game either way. St. Pierre trying to connect with Dwyer. US clear it out of the slot now. Back in towards neutral ice, trying to connect with Wells. Diamond's back there for Canada. Centering pass, Butcher. The puck balloons off the stick, hits the glass. And that's another thing. The height of the glass is what some of these players wouldn't be used to either.
It's a little shorter than what they're used to.
Firing there was Wells. Cleared out back here to shovel by Ford for St. Pierre. St. Pierre up against the boards near the US bench. Cross ice pass, and that will come back for Dolimont. Up against Butcher. Good poke check there by Butcher. Oh, he's lost his stick in the penalty box, not the door of doom. And it will come back for Canada behind St. Pierre. Cross ice pass kept in the zone. Good pressure by the USA. Albrecht. That was wide by Diamond as it pings off the glass. Here's Booth now as Canada. Partial line change. Here's Booth crossing all the lines, weaving, swerving, but can't pull the trigger in the end. It will come back now for Doré. Doré enters the zone now. He finds Klugeman. Klugeman dispossessed there by Keane. Keane cross-ice pass. US working it out of their own zone. Entering the zone on the left-hand side now. Firing. There's a rebound there. Cleared out. And Canada on the attack via Riley Klugeman. Klugeman now. Stops, props, looks for some support. The puck goes wide. Booth first with the puck for US. 13 and a half minutes remaining. Battle up against the boards. US still on the attack though with a 3-goal lead. Back now for Ethan Hawes. Cross ice pass, D to D. US driving the net on the left-hand side. They've got Booth in the higher slot, and that's about it at the moment. And the puck comes well and truly out of the zone in towards neutral ice. There's a battle again between Klugerman and Hawes. Back now for Kramer. Entering the zone. US dropping it off now. Centering pass. Booth in the slot wide. Drolet for Team Canada. Hawes keeps it in the zone despite the attention of Leeson. Don't know where that shot was going, but it wasn't in the back of the net. It was well wide. Back now for Wilson. Wilson for Team USA. Looking to clear it out. He's got a lot of time, but Lord's not making it easy. Neither was Leeson. Back to centre ice for Austin Long. Long now trying to get a shot on, but he can't. Great pressure in defence there by Taylor Doherty, rather. Just dumped into Zamboni corner. The puck comes back now for Long. Battle up against the boards. Hemming, corporate corner. Back now for Hemming. Have you watched a game of hockey from that booth, Pete?
The top corner one?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have.
Back now for Clark. Clark now for Team USA. Cross ice pass for Hawes. Hawes on the right-hand circle. Pressured there by Leeson. Leeson's been impressive in the forechecking, back-checking and pay-checking. And that will come back now for Ethan Hawes. Hawes now dropping it off now for Albrecht. Albrecht right-hand circle. Finds Long in the slot. Clark, his eyes lit up, but he missed by an eternity. Leeson, attacking opportunity for Canada. Trying to tic-tac-toe with Leeson, but the final pass was wide. Grasby losing possession for Hemming. Hemming enters the zone now, fires. Rebound off Sharma. Canada trying to clear it out now. And they clear it out the length of the ice. Back now for Long briefly, but he lost possession. Pretorius, cross-ice pass was too hot for Albrecht. Comes back for Diamond now. Has Dwyer for company. Straight up the middle. Good work there to clear it out. Diamond again. Battling there with Butcher. Lord comes in. Pretorius comes in. Lord now for Team Canada. Entering the zone. Partial line change. Schindel on. Puck behind the American net. Reinforcements arrive. Schindel in the slot. St. Pierre. It was Diamond rather. Lord fires and Canada. They're starting to climb the mountain.
Yeah, that was just hard work, a bit of graft around the net. They had multiple chances and Karpinski had it covered. But eventually a big rebound comes out. You'll see it come out here. And the players lost track of it, including Karpinski. But Lord picks it up and flings it through the screen to reduce the deficit to 2 goals.
10:34 remaining in the third period. A bit of foreplay there between Wells and St. Pierre, St. Pierre receives a tap from Pretorius. Here comes Ford now. Ford entering the zone, waits for some support. Ford, cross-ice pass. Donovan fires. They are certainly driving up the mountain, full speed ahead.
And we got the crowd into it. They're enjoying that one. We've got a few Oilers fans up there. And we get the crowd behind this Canadian team making the comeback. Dolomite looking real good, and that puck just had nothing but net right the way through, just shreds a needle and into the netting.
And so all of a sudden, we're within one, 7-6 in favour of Team USA. Shots favouring Team Canada, 38-32. Here's Booth again. Booth getting forced wide. Dolomon's been impressive. Well, everybody's been impressive, but he's one that I've noticed. St. Pierre, cross-ice pass. Ford entering the zone. Dwyer firing. The puck's free, cleared out. Schindel in some traffic. Big thud there as the puck comes out of the zone and in the custody of Riley Klugerman for the moment. Entering the zone, here's Schindel again. Schindel trying to squeeze through gaps. Schindel it was more of a pass in the end to Ford, who couldn't quite capitalise, but I like the idea US working out, trying to work it out of their own defensive end.
That was good D by US to tie up that stick.
So tapped on, it will come back for Canada in the form of Cameron Marks. Riley Klugerman. Klugerman enters the zone, has some support in heading, and that will come across. Klugerman comes down.
Over the falls?
Over the falls. Which side of the falls was he on, you reckon? The Canadian side?
Yeah, the Canadian side of Niagara Falls for sure.
Back now for Henning.
Isn't US the bottom side?
I think so. Back now for Drolet. Drolet entering the zone as Klugerman for company, but was held by Keane. Wilson leaves the puck behind. Wilson with the puck again, trying to clear it out. It's a bad spot to possibly lose possession, but he finds Keane. Keane enters the zone for Team US. Tries to fire. Gets sent wide there by Markton towards corporate corner. Reinforcements arrive. US cross-ice pass. There's Clark. Usually plays for the Canberra Brave. Here's Long. Working the corner, centering pass. It will come back now for Hemming. Hemming fires, trying to take Sharma's eyes away from him. The puck was free in the slot. Klugerman with the backhanded shovel cleans it out to his old mate Ethan Hawes. Partial line change for Canada. Wilson. US now on the attack, looking to protect their lead. And Pete, the best way to protect the lead is to score a goal, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Back now for Team USA. Just driving the train was Clark. Left-hand side was Wilson. Still in the zone. US on the attack. Hawes now. Right-hand circle. Hawes gets forced backwards for a moment. Albrecht comes on. Albrecht loses possession. It was great work by Grosby. First on Hawes and then on Albrecht. Lord drives in. Can't pull the trigger.
Oh, save.
Oh, it was a good couple of saves there.
With a blocker.
Noble keeps it in the zone. Firing from a very short distance there was Lord rather, and out of play.
See a little bit of physicality coming to the game, yeah? The guys that it means a bit more to them. It's getting closer to the end. It's a close game. You're not going to see massive hits or probably any fights, but there's definitely a little bit more emotion out there, a bit more desperation. They've still got a smile on their faces, but you can see it means a bit more to them, and they want to win.
It doesn't matter what you're representing your country in.
Yeah, you want to win.
You want to win. You want to respect the jersey, respect the sweater. And that will come back now for Leeson. Leeson, puck's free, cleared out of the slot by Team USA. Here's Wells now. Wells has got Butcher for company. Lord there, cross-ice pass for Dwyer. Dwyer's got Leeson on the left-hand side. Goes towards the right-hand side and he reeled it in with his skate. Dollymont, cross-ice pass. Only finds Butcher. Tap down. Here's an opportunity for Albrecht, but pressure. He must have felt Trevor Lord breathing all over him. Zebra down, but he's okay.
There's Gavin Thurston too, just speaking of concussions.
And he's got up with a smile. Back now for Butcher. Butcher centering pass for Albrecht, who fires. Centering pass. Leeson goes the aerial route. Leeson trying to work out and wash out the icing, which he did. Kept in the zone by Canada. Leeson again. Driving the net across the face of goal.
That was close.
Canada. Leeson firing. Good save there. He had Dwyer in front of him trying to take the eyes away. Neil Pretorius for Team USA trying to help him.
Yeah, Cody Pinsky with the save though through the screen, and apologies, I had it was Joey Terrio who had taken out down the other end. Gavin Thurston safe and sound down by the cafe corner.
It's not very often you get chirped by an AHL referee during the intermission over my jersey choice.
No, that's true, but the players are used to getting chirped by them.
Back now, entering the zone, Team USA on the right-hand side. Battle up against the boards in corporate corner. It's Kramer. Canada looking to clear it out. St. Pierre now. Cross-ice pass. Canada entering the zone. They're a goal down at the moment. Here's Booth. Booth now clearing it out. Schindel. And we'll come back. He needs some support, Pip. Back now for Schindel. Schindel He's got options, but he's got a lot of pressure too. That's good work there by Keane. And out of the zone, back into neutral ice. It will come back now. Here's Booth. Outnumbered. It was good work there by Schindel. Entering the zone, Team Canada. Schindel looking to drive the net, and St. Pierre. Partial line change, D-change with Noble and Doherty. US looking to work it out of the defensive zone on the right-hand side. Back into neutral ice is Bourne. Entering the zone, finding Booth. Wilson onto the ice, calls for the puck. It was a good shot there from Buatia.
Just watching Kevin Noble playing D, so seeing if he makes any mistakes as being a coach. No, he's pretty solid there. He did nearly get caught out there with the player sneaking in behind him. That was Wilson, but no, he moves nicely. He's a good skater. And, of course, you can see how aware he is of things going on around the ice. What you'd expect from your coach.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for USA. Wilson will take it against Strolley. Doherty clears it out, and that will find forward briefly up against the boards. Centering pass, here's Drolet. He's got Klugerman for company. He's also in traffic, Drolet. Back now for forward. Firing from distance, but wide was Doherty. And that will come all the way back into neutral ice. Drolet back with it. Finds Noble. Drolet to Noble. Never thought that I'd say that. And that will come back now for Doherty. Doherty enters the zone, cross ice pass. Drolet fires, deflected. Canada still on the attack. 4 minutes remaining. It will come back now for Klugerman. Klugerman in some traffic. Friendly fire, Team USA briefly. We have another penalty coming.
I think it's on Team USA because Canada had the puck there. And Riley Klugerman lost it and then stole it back and was taken down as he tried to take a shot. And we got a penalty, a tripping penalty being called. Gavin Thurston with the signal, and Wilson will be heading off the bench, off to the penalty bench for 2 minutes or less.
Elijah Wilson.
Which doesn't hurt when the Canadian team is one behind. They're going to get a power play.
Attacking zone face-off and started the Canadian power play. Here's St. Pierre, left-hand circle. Hasn't got a lane open. Has some support now. And that will come back now. Here's St. Pierre again at the top of the umbrella. Finds some support in Lord. Lord fires in traffic at the 5-hole, closes rather quickly.
And Krupinski's been solid tonight. Quick to close off that 5-hole and use those magic old-school looking pads, the brown leather looking pads, and shuts the door on that punt.
Grasby with the attacking zone face-off for Canada. Battle up against the boards in skate higher corner. Reinforcements arrive, including Leeson amongst others. Grasby there as well. Clark injects himself. Even though it's a friendly exhibition game, they still have those little battles in the corner, which is what you'd expect. Dwyer up against Albrecht, cafe corner. It will come back now, Lord. Canada still on the power play for the next minute 15. USA short-handed, cleared out of the zone via Clark. Clark has got Albrecht for company, gets sent wide by Dwyer. Centering pass, Booth was wide, a little to the left, and it might have been a different result. He's still there, trying to squeeze it in. Albrecht on his knees in the end. Canada trying to clear it out. US still short-handed for the next 50 seconds. Booth. And that will come back now for Canada. Back into neutral ice. Here's Lord. Lord entering the zone now. Pressured there by Hawes. Reinforcements arrive. Cafe corner. Centering pass. Oh, off the iron field.
I think we're going to whistle. Let off, maybe.
Yeah, I thought I didn't hear a whistle and then I just stopped.
Yeah,
maybe there was a whistle.
It wasn't very loud. Kevin Noble with a pass. And the shot on net wasn't too far off, but he didn't have much angle to work with. So you see the puck go through. And in the spot, quick to move across side to side, was Kapinski and makes the save.
Francis Drolet on the blue line at the moment for Team Canada. Still 25 seconds of the power play remaining. Ford keeps it in the zone for Canada. Finds Schindel. They need somebody in front of the net. Canada, they do. Got something on the way through from Drolet. Yep. Trying to find some support on the blue line in the term of forward. Right hand side, 5 seconds of the power play remaining. Klugerman onto the ice now for Team Canada. Forward.
Empty net.
Empty net. And back to full strength.
Oh,
tapped on. There's the exclamation point.
It's a home goal too. Just touched forward stick on the way in. And that'll be a 2-goal lead for US.
Normally I might say at this point, Pete, that's the exclamation point. But this game being this game with the players we've got on the ice with a minute 49, I'm not confident.
Yeah, look, the Canadian team will look for another opportunity to get Sharma out of the net and get another man out there, but it's a bit tougher now. You've got a deficit of 2.
Back to centre ice we go. We'll come back now for Dwyer, for Taylor Doherty. Dwyer up the middle, but found Hemming. Back for Dwyer. Yep.
Nice move.
Nice couple of moves. Had no support in the end that could reach it. Good work there by Hawes. Yeah, we'll come back now. Empty net again. Extra attacker on for Canada. In some traffic, Phil. On the attack, but wide. Canada, cross ice pass. In the slot, US should be able to clear it out. Canada still have possession, firing, and a good save there. There's 1:04 remaining. The net is empty for Team Canada, and they're down by 2.
Down by 2, but they got a minute and 4 left. And they got the face-off. They had some good pressure there. They prevented USA getting out of their own end, kept the puck in play, and had a good 3-man rush towards the net there.
Empty net for Team Canada. Shots on, well and truly accelerated now in the favour of Canada. 1 minute remaining. Here's Doherty from the blue line at the top of the umbrella. Right-hand side, cross-ice pass. Dwyer in some traffic and Leeson. Kept in the zone by Doherty. Back now, Leeson with the long-distance shot that went wide. No action required there by Team USA. In the corner. Kept in the zone well by Dwyer. Gloved it down to himself. Now he can't keep it in the zone. It's back now for Doherty. Still an empty net. Wells is pressuring. Doherty there. The Mountain probably just a little bit too tall, but here's Schindel. They won't die wondering. Loses the puck. Kept in the zone by Canada. Here's US with Albrecht. The shot on the empty net goes wide. No icing. Dwyer with 12 seconds remaining.
Too much 2 goals down.
Leeson, not even the 1980 US hockey team could manage that. Back now for Leeson, backhander shovel, the puck's free. And as the buzzer goes, Team Canada get a shot on. But in the end in Newcastle, it is Team USA 8 who defeated Team Canada 6.
Yeah, that big rush of goals early in the period just undid Canada. They couldn't get it back. And they got a couple back in, and then that empty net was a heartbreaker at the end. It could have been the difference, and it was just touched the stick of Ford as he tried to break up the play and ended up going straight in the net. So just unlucky, but a great exhibition of hockey and community here at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium.
Absolutely, Pete. Absolutely agree. 120% with that one. Both teams gave it their all. It was a great game. Lots of individual efforts up and down the ice, and a good first taste for some of these players. First time in Australia for many of them.
That's right. Looks like we've got another special presentation. Some of the fans are leaving, but the players are lining up on the blue lines, and we'll see what they've got to say. I think they're going to give Garry. Yeah, he's got the microphone. Watch out.
MND, Stop Concussions. Want to thank all of you here in Newcastle for helping us make this a great event. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I want to thank everyone from Team Canada for playing so great a game. Thank you for that. Obviously, on both teams, a lot of these players just arrived into Australia. So to play this good of ice hockey for both teams, thank you, Team Canada, for doing a great job. Obviously, there's one winner tonight. It's MND and Luke Doré. What you've done to help support not only him, his family, and the thousands that suffer from this horrific disease. You showed ice hockey as a community, ice hockey as a family. Thank you for doing that for us tonight. Of course, we have to congratulate the United States of America for winning 8-6 tonight, an incredible game, and we're really looking forward to going back together to Canberra. Congratulations on a great effort. The courage, the inspiration that a person can inflict on you is seen right here. Luke, a couple of months ago, was diagnosed with a disease called Motor Neurone Disease. I knew Garry and Leanne for a long time. We've done ice hockey classics 2 or 3 times here, a special place. But I'll tell you what, when our team, the Melbourne Ice, had an opportunity to meet Luke, it changed all of our lives. One special, David Booth was able to come and No. Obviously, we have to announce player of the games. All of you deserve this. Sante Footsteps has put together a collection of special wine. They made it specifically for this tournament. They're very good friends of my wife and myself. They're out of Adelaide. Brad Ray from Calgary is the inventor of all of these great wines. The first one, can you just... They made it specially for the Ice Hockey Classic. We will go to Team Canada number 55, Grasby. And from the United States, number 12, Long. Okay, if you have won one of the jerseys off your back, please go in the corner. The guys are going to wait for a few minutes. We got your wristbands. We're going to ask you to come for Canada. Please come on this side of the boxes and on this side. Guys, just hang on for a few minutes as we get everybody ready. How about
we give a big hand to Garry Doré, his wife Tony, his fantastic team that put this event on every single year. Thank you, Garry. You're a champion, mate.
Aaron, are we ready? Are we ready for the... Yeah, let's bring the people up. All right, what about, but while we're waiting, why don't we take, can you wheel with us? Come on, let's take a picture looking this way. Luke, you right in the middle. Garry, come on with us. Referees, Paul.
Just seeing the group photo being put together here, a excellent exhibition of high speed, high quality hockey here at Honorary Skating Stadium. In the end, Team USA victors 8-6 over Canada tonight. Eric.
Just to recap the players of the game for both teams. For Team USA, Austin Long, and for Team Canada, Trevor Grasby.
Yeah, and I did see the guys do all they could to get Riley Kluger in the goal tonight, but he just couldn't put one home. The defense for USA was too good. And we've had a great time here. Credit to Garry Doré and his team for putting together a great ice hockey classic series. They're off to Canberra, where they've got 2 games that are sold out this weekend. So if you missed out on those, well, maybe you can get them next time.
But there is a stream.
There is a stream, yeah.
So thank you, Pete, for your company, as always. Don't forget, at the bottom of the screen, you can scan to donate for Motor Neurone Disease research for Motor Neurone Disease Australia. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks, as always, to our hard-working ThoughtFox Media crew. Thank you, Pete, for your company. Really enjoyed it, as always.
Yeah, great.
And we'll see you next time. I'm Eric Brook on behalf of Pete Lambert and everybody at ThoughtFox Media Group. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching.